Right, I'm on air. I've got 3 viewers already. That's always really encouraging. Sorry for the delays, first of all, starting 8 minutes later than intended. I had some Wi-Fi trouble. Hopefully that won't plague us during the actual rest of this little tour. I was going to start from outside here. Hopefully that'll adjust and you can see out there in a sec. There we go. This is the walkway that you first approach A Room for London from. There's a special lift they've built on the side of the Queen Elizabeth Hall. There's the Royal Festival Hall over there. And this lift you enter it just down next door to Festival Village, along the side on the way to the BFI. And then the lift goes right up the side of the actual hall itself, and it has to go extremely slowly. It takes 2 minutes to get from the bottom to the top, because if it goes any faster than that, it's too noisy and might interfere with the concerts. So that's our little walkway that we've come along. And then eventually you reach a welcome mat in this little porchway out here, and some sort of weather station I think out there as well. And in you come into the boat. The first thing you're greeted with is a series of tide times, tide table for 2012, so you can keep up with what's happening outside in the river. Very boat-like. And of course then you walk through into the boat. What we've got here is a shower. Standard stuff. I'm starting to feel like an estate agent. The shower room and toilet room both have rather nice views. Here's the shower room. You can see the Shard, St Paul's, the river, Waterloo Bridge, and large amounts of Queen Elizabeth Hall roof. There's a mirror. Sorry to disturb you with the sight of me, and indeed my dressing gown. Beautiful. Across the hallway, toilet, standard again, and one of the best views in London, really, a lot like the one from the Royal. You've got the London Eye there, you've got Big Ben in the distance, too distant probably for this. In fact, you can't quite see Big Ben from the window, but don't worry. If you want to see Big Ben, you're going to see Big Ben. Festival Hall. There's the members bar window in the middle of this shot. We often look out of there across at this boat and wonder what it would be like. Now we know. Pretty amazing. Okay, let's go through to the main bit of the boat. I think I've mentioned everything I was meaning to mention out there. This is woefully under-rehearsed, by the way. If you've got any questions or anything during this, or indeed if the quality is terrible, or you need to tell me anything like that, you can't hear me, you need to move my mic, just tweet at me and I'll sort it out. In theory this thing's supposed to show me all the tweets that are coming in anyway. Excellent. Apparently I'm making Abby feel like she's actually on a boat with my camera work. It's rather wobbly apparently. Sorry about that. Here is the little table that we've set up for dinner. We're going to eat after this now. This ladder in the middle of the room is not normally there. You can pull it down and up as and when you need it. We'll be using that later in this tour. And we've got the kitchen. This is good. You get in the cupboards here, you get a microwave and a fridge. I think you know what a fridge looks like. Let's not bother opening the cupboard for that. Got a kettle and toaster as well. We're going to attempt to cook some pasta later, so yeah, that could be interesting with the equipment available to us. I think it'll be fine. Another one of these wonderful views from the window here. There's your Big Ben. We'll see Big Ben again later as well. Yes, I know that's not the tower. It's the bell. Let's go around here to the lounge. Oh look, here's Edith. She's having a read. What you've got in the lounge, you see, is endless books about London. There's loads and loads of books about London. What you got there, Edith? Heart of Darkness, a graphic novel Is that good? Edith will probably be mute in this video unless I untangle the microphone from my neck and pass it to her, or she leans in close to my neck like some kind of vampire. So that probably suits her. The not talking bit, not the leaning into my neck like a vampire. I've just been compared to Davina going around the Big Brother house on opening night. I don't know if that's a good thing. Edith seems to think it's pretty funny. Thanks, Steve, for that one. Right, and that view again. Sorry, the exposure takes a bit of adjusting every time I go to a window, but yeah, it's pretty great. There's the South Bank itself. We'll see some more of that in a bit. Yeah, there's so many books about London. You'd have to stay here for a month to get through this lot. It's brilliant. They're all under the seats as well. Art books as well. Yeah, books about art, books about London. All the greats. Just lifting up her legs to get to see all the books. In her librarian way, she wanted to catalogue them all, but she seems to have resisted so far. Abby wants to know what's in the fridge. Actually, what's in the fridge, interestingly, we had some champagne waiting for us on the table, so we've put that in the fridge. That's going to be a nice drink later as the sun goes down. There's a bed. This is pretty clever, as I understand it. Though, you know, not that sad, I haven't tried it, but I understand it. You can make the bed up as a double bed or two twins. You can split the back panel, and then the entranceway, rather than being either side of the bed, would be through the middle. The back panel splits in two, and the beds obviously go to either side of the room. So that's pretty clever. The whole place is extremely cleverly designed. I'm very impressed. It's really, really good. My enthusiasm might come through. Now, a little intermission from the tour. I'm going to have a seat at the table, and what we've got here is the log. The logbook for the Roi des Belges, which is what this book is called. Sorry, this boat is called. Apart from being a room for London. And oh, I've got a cup of tea. Don't mind if I do. Yeah. So the excuse me a moment. All the crockery is proper boat stuff. Here, I'll give me a cheers near my microphone, Edith. Don't know if you can hear that, but yeah, it's all like metal crockery like you'd have, I assume, were you on some sort of boating expedition. Right, Edith has leaned over and opened the book. We've been looking through this book for some of the highlights. Basically, everybody who's stayed in here has been asked, as we I'm sure will at some point, to fill out the log, the captain's log. And obviously you can do it seriously. It's got all these headings about barometers and temperatures and stuff, and there are instruments all around the boat to do this with. But you can also write whatever on earth you like in it. So there's people who've written, well, drawn stuff, as you can see here. Somebody's drawn a series of pictures from their time in the boat with little captions. I think someone there's having a nice cup of tea, as I just was. Good idea. Oh, what's this? Frozen pizza. Oh, pizza. Excellent. That's a good idea. Why didn't we get pizza? We did have pizza yesterday, in fairness, at the Festival Village. So, there's a good little highlight. We've got them all marked with these expensive bookmarks. The napkins that were in here. More drawings here. This one's pretty spectacular. Trees and the National Theatre. The view out that way. Really good artwork going on here. And they've invited various artists to stay in here as well and do various performances. So some of their entries are in here as well. I'm not sure if we've got any of them marked. One or two. I saw David Byrne's one in here earlier, writing about the sounds he'd recorded. Now, what have we got here? This person's properly done all the work in the book.
I think this would be all the books they've read.
They've listed, Edith thinks this is probably them listing all the books that they've read during their time here. which is rather lovely. Descriptions of them. This is David Byrne's entry. I watched his thing. You can go to the website aroomforlondon.co.uk and you can look at what all the artists that have been up here have been doing. There's visual artists, audio, video, all sorts. It's all on the aroomforlondon.co.uk website. And last night we were watching quite a lot of them to psych ourselves up for this, and David Byrne was among them. He's done a nice audio piece. I guess he maybe edited it up here, I'm not really sure, but he's made lots of recordings around London during the day, and he turned them into this sort of sound of London. I think it's called something like London's beat is 122 beats per minute or something like that, and it's he went around all over the place and found that quite a lot of things had the same sort of tempo, including the Southwark Cathedral organ and even footsteps that he recorded walking around. So he put all that together in here. That's really nice. It's only a short piece. Look it up. It's pretty good. Then, goodness me, this one's probably needs a wider view than I can fit in sitting down. Also probably needs more detail than this webcast is going to manage. I know it's not great quality. Blinds up, restful sleep in an organic domestic space in our grimy urban city, I think that says. There's loads of really good thoughts. I'm going to have fun reading this later on in more depth. Oh, here's a classic page. Someone has turned this page into a pirate. Eye patch, moustache, and the word yar. Well done, whoever that was, on the Monday the 19th of March. Oh yeah. Dread Pirate Berry, maybe? And Jeremy Gingerbeard. Very nice. There's some really good drawings in this book. I mean, this is a proper overview of the whole of the view out of the left-hand side of the boat there. Hang on a minute, it's not called left, is it? Is it called port or starboard? One of those. Port was left, okay, this is the port view. And yeah, you've got the London Eye, you've got the Royal Festival Hall, Festival Pier, Hungerford Bridge, Charing Cross. Fortunately no southeastern trains, maybe it was snowing that day. Oh goodness me, this is what the boat might look like if it was actually at sea. Someone's drawn that in March as well. That's a really good drawing. A little bit scary though, I'm hoping that doesn't actually happen today. We're poking slightly off the front of the Queen Elizabeth Hall roof, but not enough for that. Get in there with these if you're looking forward to some more tour. It's coming up in a few minutes. This one's got a little account of their tale, including, well, main course is going to defeat us. I've got to say I've never been defeated by a main course yet, but we might be defeated by cooking it today with a microwave and kettle. They've done their words in the shape of a boat. Very stylish. We've got some hard acts to follow actually with our filling in of this book. And here's some views out of the windows. They've drawn the London Eye, St Paul's and the Shard, and also a rather nice piece of news from the 13th of April. I said yes. Well, it's a pretty unusual place to have proposed. There's not many people going to get that chance, so that's nice. More lovely drawings in this book again. Someone kneeling up on the seat looking out the window. Very good. No idea how well you can see these pictures. Sorry if this is all blurry rubbish. Please don't make us leave. Just one more night, this one says. I can well imagine that feeling in the morning. Some weather report, rain, raindrops. They make for a cosier inside, it says. I'm still pretty happy it's not raining though. I don't think the flag I'm going to show you would hold up too well, if it were. Oh, someone's cut out the I'm Dead from the David Shregley exhibition next door, which ends today. In fact, it's ended now. Oh dear. No more David Shregley. And they've made a little poem, well, sort of an acrostic type thing with all letters. There's also some political comment here. This was from the 4th of May. London has voted. Labour has done well across the country, but who is to be our new mayor? New mayor, same as the old mayor. There we go. Oh wow, the skyline, really detailed drawing of the whole skyline around. That's really nice work. There's the port side in the front and starboard. That's lovely, very nice, and that's from only a couple of weeks ago, 1 week ago. Someone's made a little puzzle for themselves there, fitted as many words as possible into a little grid. Very nice. Just a couple more pages to look at here, and then we're on to our own page we'll have to fill in. This one's a sweet story. It says, every year we have a different bottle of champagne for our anniversary. These are the waypoints to here and now. And they've listed all the champagnes and where they had them and all that kind of thing, and ended up with a room for London on the roof. Setting sail today for new... No, I'm terrible at reading people's handwriting. For new something in 365 days. Lovely. Shares? New shares. Maybe they're just going to buy some shares in the company. Brian and Anne. Aaron, sorry. Brian and Aaron. And then this one, they've decided they should put a boat on the Shard, but I'm not sure that's really going to work. So let's leave that there. So that's the book. Ah, yeah, it's the people we know, of course. Yes. Yeah, Holly from Hide and Seek was up here a couple of days ago. So it's her idea to put a boat on the Shard. Excellent. Fantastic. So there you go. Right. Yeah, someone wanted to see what was in the fridge. Well, our shopping mostly, and the cheese sauce that Beppino's Pasta gave us. Right, have you seen enough of downstairs? Anybody have any more queries, questions, things they want to look at down here? I see someone asking if we're going to be TwitCasting while we've drunk the champagne later. I don't normally drink, so it could have quite a profound effect. So I think possibly TwitCasting, not a good plan. Right, okay, so that's, you got the idea of downstairs. Now I'm going upstairs, although I will finish my tea first. I'm sure you'll forgive me. Thanks Edith for the excellent entertainment there to plug the gap while I drank my tea. Okay, up we go. This might get very wobbly, by the way. Look away now if you're feeling seasick already. As I climb the ladder. Also a little nervous about losing Wi-Fi here. If we get cut off, I'll resume as soon as possible. So, what we've got up here, hopefully Edith will join us soon. Let's look down and see her. Down the ladder. Haha. There she is. Yep. And for health and safety reasons, they highly recommend closing the hatch that leads to a massive hole while you're up here, so we'll do that. There we go. Now this door is not for our use. It leads out to the top of the boat that we don't go onto. But there it is. You can see the Queen Elizabeth Hall through there. That pathway that I started pointing at earlier. Royal Festival Hall. You've got a nice map here of London. Oh yeah. Got those tide times again. Useful to be able to see them from up here, because what you can also see from up here, really lovely. So what we've got here is Edith's been drawing. I'll show you a sketch. Edith's been sketching out of the window. No southeastern trains again. Excellent. So that's good. And this is a lovely place to watch and think and look out the window at this desk. Couple of chairs. Got my tripod there. I'll have to take some pictures at night later. And let's go outside. Oh yeah, there's binoculars in there as well. I think you all know what binoculars look like. I won't bother showing them to you, but they're going to come in useful later. We're off in Spudger. We're flying our flag to show that we're in residence here. It's holding up remarkably well. I was a little scared to leave it earlier, to be honest. Yeah, it's on a couple of garden sticks, sellotape place. But hey, look, it's working. It's good. Yeah, so that's the flag. It represents us both. The giraffe, just because you know you gotta have a giraffe, haven't you? I took a giraffe. I was going to went with a picture, and then underneath you've got a bendy bus to represent me and a crochet hook to represent Edith, who's rather loving crochet at the moment. And yeah, this balcony is what it's all about, really. You can just stand up here, you can take it all around. It's really lovely. This isn't the highest balcony though. It's just the highest one the Wi-Fi picks up on. I did try and get it up there earlier, but no luck. There we go. Hey! It's my rests on the hatch. You can see all the way up to the electricity generating wind fan things up the top, wind turbines. And yeah, Edith's got the best view up there. I'm afraid I can't bring you that one, though I will obviously take thousands of photos of it later. Can you all still hear me okay? Because I'm aware it's a bit windy. I've been asked, am I the first to have a flag? I don't know, but I think I probably am, if I'm honest. It seems unlikely anyone else would bother to make a flag to fly. That said, June the 3rd, Queen's Jubilee is going to be going past. I wouldn't be surprised if someone up here might not whip out a quick Union. I was going to say Union flag, but of course, if you're flying it at sea, Union Jack, maybe, get in the spirit of it, let's call it the Union Jack. For Her Majesty to float past down there, and frankly 1,000 other boats. So let's take a pan round the view here. It's great to know about bus because there's brass, guitars, all the greats. Got the Shard in the distance over there. This is a good one. I don't know if Edith tweeted the picture she took earlier, but you can see the whole boats. There's now The other thing I was going to take at the moment, ideally with the best view up the top there, but I'll settle for the view down here because it's not bad. I'll just go and grab my info so I don't miss anything. There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, thought I'd give you a quick overview of what's coming up down on the South Bank this summer, because there's going to be loads of stuff to see. I don't know if you can see that really bright staircase over there, but that's a new feature. It's got a ticket office under it. I think you can beat the colour scheme in that area with orange, lime green and yellow. I think that's pretty stylish, but then that's why I'm not allowed to dress myself. It's coming up. I got the this year. There was the Festival of Britain last summer, which was amazing. That's when this roof garden first opened. There's the Queen Elizabeth Hall roof garden. Ooh, quite a lot of wind now. Do tell me if you can't hear me anymore, and I'll try and do something about it. Or maybe you prefer it that way, you know. Each to their own. So down there you got the Queen, which is lovely. It's been built by. Oh, what was that? Am I still on? I think I'm still on. Got a strange message. My request was not accepted. I didn't know I'd made a request, but apparently it wasn't accepted. Whatever that means. Yeah, the roof been built. Plants and wildlife and stuff up there. Very nice. So that's back. That's already back. But what's coming up this summer? Last year, you may recall, over here, you had a massive straw fox looking out onto Waterloo Bridge. This year there's going to be a huge baobab tree coated in all kinds of fabrics from all over the world. Beacon. Summer. Because apparently in Africa, where the baobab tree actually is, this isn't a real one, this is made by the same people that made the fox. But where real baobab trees are, they're used as like a community meeting point and that kind of thing. So that's the idea behind that one. So that's going to be like a come and look at the festival, everybody sign. Then over the back there on the Hayward Gallery, which you can just about see past here, I can see a little bit of it. There's going to be a big sculpture of a couple of people, huge people. One of them sort of climbing up, and the other one's helping them climb up. So I'm quite curious to see what that's going to be like. It sounds unusual. Then over there, obviously, there's the market every weekend. Brilliant stuff. Loads of food. Oh, here's Edith. It's come down from the top for some reason. It does get a bit chilly up there, if I'm honest. And very windy, yeah. This boat is part of the festival as well. The whole point of this festival is it's kind of like an arts Olympics in a way. I know there's the Cultural Olympiad, of which this is part, but it's like an arts Olympics, so you get people coming from all over the world to try and understand each other's cultures, but through art rather than sport. So it should be pretty good. It runs from 1st of June till the end of, till early September, something like the 9th of September, I think, same day as the Paralympics ends. And yeah, there's going to be another beach, which is going to be down there somewhere on the South Bank. They had an herb year, but this year the person who loves everything that's multicoloured, as you may have spotted in my dressing gown earlier. I wasn't in my dressing gown. Okay, apparently well, I don't know what's going on here anymore, but it keeps cutting me off. Maybe it lost signal, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, Festival of the World is going to be rather nice, but every time I try and tell you about it, it cuts me off, so maybe I won't bother. It's going to be good though. It's going to be poetry and music and outdoor performances going on. So come along and see it if you want. What else we got? I'm getting all kinds of tweets here about losing me and coming back again, and yeah, that might be a little confusing. It's confusing me. Is there anything else anybody would like to see, like to hear about while I'm up here? Like to have a look at, like to hear? I love this view. This is a beautiful view looking up at the fan things going around, turbines. Why have I got a mental block on the word turbine? It's not difficult. And this slapping me about. Yeah, we're here till 11 o'clock in the morning. That's what I leave by. People ask, how did you get up here? That kind of stuff. There was a booking process. I'm afraid it sold out extremely quickly. The first booking process, they were obviously still learning as they went along as well, and the website was a little bit hard to use. Quite a difficult process, and also the website itself couldn't really cope with the influx of interest, and kind of crashed a few times. I ended up booking 2 nights by accident, which not really meant to be able to do, and I was slightly worried they would cancel them both, but they didn't. They just said, which one do you want to cancel? So obviously I cancelled next Sunday and kept this one. And yeah, so we booked it in the 12 minutes it took to sell out. Then they had a second tranche that they put on, so we were lucky to get into the first one, really. And I suppose that's supply and demand. Now it's probably pretty fast. So that's how we got up here. In the morning, we're getting breakfast. You're not allowed more than 2 people up here at a time. Though earlier on, we did have 4 of us up here because the facilities people from South Bank Centre came to have a look at this door because we couldn't get it open, and neither could the member of staff that brought us up here, but they turned up and just turned the handle and it opened, so embarrassing. I'm going to switch camera. I'm sure you're all wondering what I look like. Not really, but I'll switch camera anyway. Can you see me? Not really. That's terrible. It was always going to be terrible. But I'm not frowning at the thought of TwitCasting. Or the fact the sun's in the eyes. Right, let's change back. Give me a tweet to refresh. Yeah, give me a tweet if you want to ask anything. Otherwise I think we'll wind this one up, really. I was going to finish with the grand finale up there, but as I say, I couldn't, unfortunately, get a Wi-Fi signal up there. I've built my own Wi-Fi using a computer and router. They've got nice Ethernet ports. Made up as I went along, really, would you? I think we're going to go and have some dinner in a minute. Do you want to come out, Edith? Pop this back in, actually. There we go. Right. Okay, one last shot of us, unless anyone's got any burning questions. We'll have a last shot of us here with the flag. Let's switch this round here. There we go. Us, the flag, the river. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again if I do this again at some point, which hangs in the balance very much at the moment. It's not a great view, is it? On that horrible note, goodbye.